Hello and welcome to another video. Today I decided I was going to mess around with some brush pens. I just decided that I was going to play with them. I don't really have too much to say about this video, honestly. I feel like these drawings are really shitty, but that's okay. I'm still learning. I was watching some videos on Instagram and there was this one lady and she was playing around with brush pens. She was like drawing with brush pens, like freehand and stuff. And I was like, that's so cool. I wish I could do that. And I was also watching a lot of, what's his name? Kim Jung-gi. I was watching a lot of his old videos. And he mostly drew freehand with a brush pen. And I thought that was cool. And I was like, I'm obviously not going to be able to do it right off the jump. I have trouble drawing freehand. Obviously, even just in regular life, I still use like construction lines and shit. But this other lady was also using a little bit of construction lines, and she was going over her base brush pen with a different brush pen, so that way she could do her, like, quote-unquote final line art with that darker color, or the separate color. And so I was like, okay, I'll do that. But I think that I sort of kind of got confused. So I pretty much just drew the sketch, and then I just went over it with a different color. And I'm like, that's not how you do it. It's just the way that I draw nowadays, pretty much the sketch is the final line art. When I'm doing my pen drawings, it's like I just draw it all out all the time, like all the way. I don't really do base stuff for headshots, right? So for these headshots, I do two headshots. One is for Kira and one is for Cole, who are my OCs. And Kira is like basically like second nature. She's like muscle memory at this point. So when I was drawing her, I was like drawing her all the way. I was like doing like just draw the head, just draw the shoulders, just draw whatever. And then I like draw the clothes and stuff on top and like the hair and stuff on top. I did not do that. I was just like drawing Kira, eyes, hair, whatever. Like I said, it's like basically muscle memory at this point. So I wasn't really thinking about it. And I was like, after I did the sketch, I was like, I'm pretty sure that I did this wrong. I'm not gonna say that the drawing is wrong or anything. It's just like the process that I was intending to do, I didn't actually do it. So I was kind of like, oh shit, I fucked it up. Also, side note, don't mind the green on the page. That has nothing to do with anything. It's just that my niece was visiting, and when she was visiting, she was really wanting to draw. She had a coloring book, but she colored all in it. My niece is only like 1.5, so she was like coloring in it the way the babies do, but she filled up all the pages, and so she wanted another one. And so I was like, okay, I guess we can draw on this big sketchbook. But then I got her a different sketchbook that was different from this one, just because I was like, I actually don't really like using up all my paper because I feel bad. I wanted her to draw stuff, but I was like, this is actually high quality paper, and the sketchbook was actually kind of expensive, so maybe let's move to a cheaper sketchbook. So I gave her a cheaper one, but some of the pages are green because she was drawing in it, so don't mind that too much. The paper is still usable, obviously. I'll just draw over the green. Like, this is just a sketchbook, doesn't really fucking matter, but I mean, it mattered because I had to give her a new one, but that's just because she would draw and then she would flip the page. I was like, girl, you didn't even use up all the paper, but she doesn't understand because she's 1.5. Anyway, yeah, that's why the page is green. But anyway, back to the drawings. Yeah, I felt like I was really not doing my best, or not that I wasn't doing my best. I was trying, but I felt like after I did the Kira portrait, I was like, I don't think I did this correctly, or I wasn't doing it with the intention that I set out to initially. So I finished the one for Kira. I was like, okay, we'll go with the one for Cole, and we'll try to do it again. And so I tried the one with Cole, which you'll see in a second, and I did it again. I just drew the whole thing, and then I just lined it again with the blue. And I was like, what am I doing wrong here? What is like not clicking with my brain? You know what I mean? And so I was like, okay, I think maybe what's the issue is that these are portraits and I have to do like a full body. So I decided I was going to do a full body. And so after I finish drawing Cole, you'll see me do the full body. And I'm going to do my character Hope. It's been a while since I've drawn him. I talked about that on Monday. Was it Monday or was it Tuesday? I talked about it earlier in the week. And I was like, I haven't drawn Hope in forever. And I want to draw him some more. And so I drew this and I was like, this drawing sucks. I does not do him justice. I messed it up. My first drawing of Cole. No, I'm sorry. My first drawing of Hope in months. And it's ugly. But it was okay. Because I was like, it's not fine. I'm trying it out. I'm trying to figure out if I like it. And so I drew the drawing of Hope. And I tried my best, you guys. I tried my best to make sure that pink was the under sketch, and I was going to go over with more details with the blue. And that's what I did. And it did not turn out nicely. I was like, it's like anything like that other person did theirs. And I didn't go back and look at that person's stuff because I don't actually follow them on Instagram. I should have followed them before. I should have saved one of their drawings as a reference because I do have a lot of like stuff saved on Instagram and like different parts like art inspiration or stuff that's like I want to look at later. I didn't save it and I was like kicking myself in the head. but whatever, it's fine. It's not really fine, but it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, overall, I would just say I don't like these drawings. I don't think they came out very good, but I would also like to say these are some of the very first drawings that I'm doing with just a brush pen, and so they're gonna come out a little bit wonky because I still don't really know how to use them. So I'm still thinking of them as ugly drawings. I'm going to think of them as first steps to being more proficient with a brush pen. I've tried several times in the past to be able to use a brush pen in any sort of manner that looked nice. I have not been successful so far in my attempts, but I think that now I would like to do these a little bit more often and actually do my best and just keep trying until I eventually get it. I have tended to give up in the past, but I feel like I'm less of a quitter than I was previously, so I feel like if I do my best, I'll be able to get it. I just have trouble when it comes to using the brush pen just because I am so very heavy-handed, and I feel like that heavy-handedness really came out when I did Kira's hair for this drawing. I feel like I really pressed down on the left side of her hair really hard, and I did not mean to do that. I think it was maybe the angle that I was dragging the brush pen down, and also the fact that it was so close to the edge of the paper, like the middle seam of the paper, that made me like kind of push my hand down a little bit harder. But it's fine. I'm gonna figure it out eventually. I don't know why I'm so very heavy-handed. I don't know. I never understood why I was so heavy-handed, because I actually do hold the pencil really tightly when I write, and I've been trying to break that habit because it leads to a lot of hand cramps, and hand cramps are not good if you want to draw or write for long periods of time. I think I've talked about this before. I do primarily consider myself a writer, and so when I was younger, I would write all the time, and so I'd always get a lot of hand cramps. They would not last very long, but all that wear and tear on my hands is gonna lead up to like damaging results, like, because for a while I thought I had carpal tunnel just because I had like a really bad pain in both of my wrists. I don't think it was carpal tunnel, thank the Lord. But hopefully it's not carpal tunnel, because I don't know if you feel carpal tunnel every day if you have it, but it did end up going away, and so I'm kind of hoping like, oh my god, I hope I don't have carpal tunnel, because that shit does not go away. Like, you're stuck with that for life. So I'm trying to do things like not press so hard and not type for as long, and try to do some more hand exercises, hand stretches, just because there's nothing really more scary than losing your hands or losing the ability to move your hands when you do something that's very hand focused. Like, I like to type, I like to draw, and stuff like that. And it's all very much hand things that involve my hands. I think it would be so scary just like if I was not able to use my hands. So I have to start taking better care of my hands, or in the very near future it will be hard for me to sustain tasks using my hands for long periods of time, which is not something that I want. It's absolutely the opposite of what I want. And so if I don't want that sort of thing to happen, I have to start taking better care of my hands. And that goes for you guys too. I know not very many of you watch my videos, but that's okay. Even if it's just one person who hears this advice and takes it to heart, that's good enough for me. You need to take better care of your hands. If you like to do things with your hands, maybe you like to woodwork, or maybe you like to draw, or maybe you like to do other things with your hands, stretches are good for you. Anything with fine motor skills, you need to stretch your hands out, okay? Because even if you're young, you'll be like, my hands are fine, I'm like 12 or whatever. Although I kind of hope that 12-year-olds are not really watching my videos, no offense. I mean, they're not bad, but still. Anyway, even if you're young, you have to do hand stretches, you guys. It's good just to build the habit, so that way when you're older, your hands will be in great shape. This goes for me for a lot of things. I wish I had started doing things better when I was younger, and now that I'm older, I'm like, fuck, I wish I had started then. And so the best time to start is when you're young. The second best time to start is right now. So if you think that maybe your hands are starting to hurt, or even if you're like, my hands are nowhere close to hurting, I would start doing hand stretches and just taking care of your hands. Honestly, future you will thank you for it. Yeah, so take care of your hands, you guys. Anyway, that was kind of a tangent, but it's true. But talking a little bit about the drawing, I guess. I talked about the drawings a lot at the beginning. But just to finish off this very last one, you can see me adding the blue taupe. And like I said, I kind of felt like, I don't know, you guys. I think that I was not, I don't know. Something about it, I was just like, I didn't do it right. Obviously, there's no right or wrong, but it just didn't come out in a way that I felt was satisfying. So I won't say that it was wrong. I would just say that it was not a very satisfying drawing to do, or satisfying drawing to complete. I did my best, but sometimes you still don't get the results that you want. Anyway, we're coming up on the end of the video, you guys. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope I wasn't complaining too much about how I didn't like the drawings this week. They're not my favorite, but they're a good first step into getting better. So I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Bye.